Welcome to Subramani. What are the risks to be avoided in your portfolio today? I'm not talking only about volatility, I'm talking about risk. So, the first risk is you look at your portfolio over a 3-year period and say, oh, I think I can withdraw 5% of my portfolio or 7% of my portfolio. Look at the kind of returns that I've got. I've got 3 crores. I've got 20% return every year over the last 2-3 years, whatever, 2018, whatever you want to take. So on 3 crores, I've got or say 1 crore of equity, I've got 18% return. So that is 18 lakhs. My household expenses are only 6 lakhs. So I'm very comfortable because every year I'm getting 3 years return. So over the next 10 years, I'll get next 30 years return and my equity itself. So I can afford to have a higher withdrawal. So let me spend more. A perfectly correct line of argument which can harm your portfolio simply because taking short-term returns and short-term, people like Buffett say 80 years is short-term because things could change. But if you do not take a 10, 12, 15 year rolling return on your equity and in your debt, including mark to market, you cannot predict what the future is going to do. Even after doing all this, you might still go wrong because there are a lot of things which can go wrong in a retired person's portfolio, in a retiree portfolio, right? Suddenly there could be 30-40 lakhs of expenses on medical, which out of which only 20 lakhs got reimbursed. It's perfectly possible that some such withdrawal could happen. So don't judge your portfolio, don't create your portfolio on the basis of short-term returns. Step 1. Step 2, do look at the market and you say, oh God, Asian Paints and Pidilite are quoting at a PE of 100. Subra said you should not be buying such expensive PE stock. So let me buy something cheaper. Let me buy the next HDFC Bank. Let me buy the next Asian Paints. Let me buy the next Pidilite. Of course, these companies exist, but your ability to spot them is the problem. So reducing the quality of your portfolio by buying shares which are lesser PE, by selling shares which are at a higher PE, for example, selling of TCS and Infosys or things HCL Tech, Wipro, and buying some completely unheard of names, saying, look, what can happen, whatever they do, these companies will also do, so they will also benefit, and since I'm entering at a low price, I will get a better return. Perfectly right in terms of thinking, but if you implement this, you could get hurt and hurt very badly. So reducing the quality of your portfolio, whether it is equity or debt. In case of debt, you start chasing yield, saying at 5% I can't live, so I need 7% return, 9% return, 11% return, whatever. So a friendly neighbor broker comes and says, sir, there is one thing you can do. You have a nice 2 crore or a 3 crore kind of a portfolio. You give me a power of attorney, I will buy and sell on your behalf or things like that, and therefore you will get an extra return. Now, extra return chasing is something which all of us do. So here is it, somebody saying you don't have to do anything, you have to just give me the signed book of yours. I will decide when to buy, when to sell, what to do, and you will get good returns. And suddenly you find that you have given away a 1 crore portfolio for whatever it is worth, and on that you are getting about 1 lakh a year, or you're getting about 2 lakhs a year, or you're getting some 30,000-40,000 rupees a month, and you're very happy with that kind of a return without even knowing what has happened. So again, what have you done? You have increased risk. So increasing risk is stupid. Lowering the quality of your debt and equity portfolio, that is stupid. All these things can be very, very expensive. So sitting and understanding what you need to do is far more important than actually doing things in a hurry and then repenting. Other thing that happens in the retiree portfolio, I find, is their ability to give to charities. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and in many cases they don't know to whom to give as charity. I think you should do some research before you do charity. And another problem which I have seen today in portfolios of 70-year-olds or 65-year-olds is their inability to spend money. They would think 100 times before taking a private vehicle. They would think 100 times before they take a taxi. They would, I mean long distance taxi. They would see whether it is possible to go by public transport and things like that. If it's your money and if you're not going to enjoy it, why do you even have it? So make sure that you have a good lifestyle. Getting the older people to spend their money is again difficult, and getting the younger people to save money is difficult. I find both of this a little daunting. to ask a older person to spend money. They don't. They're afraid, and they will say, oh, I have a very simple lifestyle, I don't spend. Now these are the same people, when you give them a new set of crockery, they will put it inside saying, I will use this later when I've finished using this. If you are 70 years of age, in 2 years you will be on borrowed time. If you're 73 years of age, you're already on borrowed time. When you don't know how long you're going to last, why do you want to why do you have to worry about your money? Because inflation is no longer going to worry you as a 70-year-old, because inflation is there maybe for 20 years. If you live till the age of 100, yes, you have to worry about 30 years, but then even having a small amount of money in equity may not be too bad for you to handle your inflation. So understanding inflation, understanding asset allocation, understanding asset buying, selling, timing does not always work. So therefore doing regular investing, all this is part of your ability to reduce the risk in your portfolio, and to make sure that volatility is more ignored, and not you don't have to sit and think and worry about it. Thank you.